Good afternoon, students. Good afternoon, all of you. Today, I am going to say about the introduction to immunity. So, what is immunity? So, here we can define that. So, defense mechanism present in our body. So, defense mechanism present in our body to react against to the pathogens, against to the foreign molecules. So, we'll call as immunity. Immunity can be mediated by two ways we have it. One is innate immunity, other one is adaptive immunity. So in case of innate immunity can define that. So any foreign molecules exposed to the body will give the defense mechanism like bacteria, virus, many pathogens we have it. We can say that any molecule, any foreign molecules in enter into our body will respond and fight against that molecule and protect our body. That's called immunity. So here we have basically we can say that two types of immunity we can say that. Innate means by birth we'll get it. So here our body cells, different types of body cells we have it. Our blood cells, those molecules like macrophages, eosinophils, basophils, WBC, lymphocytes, every cell they play a major role in the defense mechanism. So this is called as innate immunity. By birth we'll get it. Otherwise, then next one is what is that? Other one is called as adaptive immunity. That's called as adaptive immunity. Adaptive means we can say that. So we'll get it. So after when you go into living condition, when you're exposed to this particular microorganism, particular pathogen, our body will respond and produce its own antibodies. It will produce own antibodies and it will use the immunomemory. So this is called as adaptive immunity. So now we'll discuss about the innate immunity. So innate immunity means we can say that we have different types of immunity we can have it. So that's controlled by our cells like that. So what is that? Any foreign antigen, the virus, bacteria, and any parasite. So like viruses, cancers, and any toxin enter into our body. So our cells will be responded. Our cells will respond. It gives the positive response. It gives the positive response, and they kill that one. That's called as innate immunity. So next one is innate means you can say that. So small here I can say that small proteins. That's called cytokinins. These cytokinins they are release of antibodies. This release of the antibodies, and we can also call as different types of cells. We can call as organs, tissues. Also, we can call it that one as dendrite cells and macrophages, neutrophils. So these are we have different types of cells. We have it. So what is that? We can say that macrophages, neutrophils, eosinophils, basophils, lymphocytes, and monocytes. So they will give the response. This is called as innate immunity cells. So these innate immunity cells they'll give that. So these innate immunity cells we can have this. What is so suppose take example of macrophages. They'll have the phagocytosis. They'll maintain the phagocytosis means they kill the foreign molecule. Phago means they'll enter into the body, they'll phagocytate it and they'll kill that one. Then it will we use that antigen to block the antigen. Then they will fight against this one. Next one is the neutrophils. Though this also will be in phagocytosis, it shows the phagocytosis and degranulation. And will be discharge of the other cells. It will be discharge of the other cells. Next one is eosinophils. Degranulation, releasing enzymes. Some of the enzymes will release it. Suppose when exposed to the dust molecules, when a body is exposed to dust molecules, our eosinophils count will be raised down because this dust will be recognized our body as it will recognize that foreign molecule. So ultimately, this eosinophil count will be raised down. So it will give the response. It's called as some of the people they will get the eosinophilia will call as. So eosinophilia means the body is sensitizing to the particular dust molecule. Some of the dust molecules we have, some of the food molecules. When you're going to sensitize that one, so ultimately when you're going to have the raise in eosinophil count, that's called as eosinophilia. Next one is basophils. This here these cells. They also will be degranulation. They'll fight against the histamines. So basophils will fight against the histamines. It's a good question. It may come in your examination. Basophils will fight against histamine. So histamine, when you have any people, any disease, so we can see that different types of conditions we can observe that. Suppose liver disease, we can identify different levels, we can identify that. Otherwise, suppose it is in liver disease claims, we can have a releasing of enzymes. We can see the increasing of enzymes in our serum or blood. So we can identify that one. That's called markers. So liver markers we have it, serum markers we have it, kidney markers we have it, cardiac markers we have it. So every cell will have a particular marker in genes. So when you have the releasing of the excess amount, we need to have the optimum range, normal range. I think we also, all the people, we can see that one. When you take the blood test, suppose when you have a disease fever, we have it. It will be cured. It's not be cured. So ultimately, we will go to the refers to the doctor. Doctor will refer to the pathologist. Otherwise, called a blood test. We will refer the blood test. We will go for the blood test. We will refer the enzyme profile. We will take the enzyme profile and the hemogram. Total blood picture will take it. He will take the blood picture. So he will write in for the SGOT, SGPT, ACP, ALP levels. He will write that one. Then otherwise, total count of WBC, RBC. Best example, dengue fever, we can say that. So we will say that there is a releasing of platelets count has been decreased around. Means this virus, the dengue virus, it will be killed. It will kill the platelets. Ultimately, our immune system will be get down. So this is called as innate immunity. So these cells will be act on the molecules. It will act on the molecules, and it will protect our body. Our cells, our own cells will have that protect our body and control the disease. Thus called as it will control. It will give the defense mechanism. So these cells will have a by birth will get cells because our blood is by birth we will get a blood. So by birth we have different thymus we have it, lymph nodes we have it. All these things we are getting from our by birth. So by birth we will have some of the immune system we have it because these cells will respond to the antigen. So that's why we call as innate. So next one is adaptive immunity. Adapt means so we'll get adaptation means when you have exposure of antigen. Suppose any body self we can say that suppose any foreign molecule enters into our body has been recognized that one and produce the antibodies. It will produce the antibodies. That's called as adaptive immunity. So once our body, so antigen has came to into our body. That's called as foreign molecule. So our body will produce antibodies. So those antibodies will remain in our body as a memory cells, immunomemory cells. That's called adaptive cells. So here we can say that different types of cells we have it. One is the T cells and antigen presenting cells we have it. T cells and antigen presenting cells. And here, so we need to discuss about the basically we can discuss I can see this one. So antigen presenting cells we have it. Then we can say class. Here we can say that class 1 MHC molecules, class 2 MH2, class 2 MH2 molecules, and antigen presenting cells. So they'll act on the molecules. What is that? They'll go. So they'll go these molecules. This molecule T cells, T killer cells. This is antigen. The antigen presenting cell. This is called as foreign molecules. The antigen presenting cell. This foreign molecule can be T cell cells will go and bind that. So ultimately it will kill that molecule. The phagocyte. You don't say that the phagocyte molecules. So here B cells, T cells we have it. Those B cells will get activated and use the antigen, clanging of the antigen. So these B cells will produce antibodies. It will produce the antibodies. This is called as B cell activated immune system. B cell. That's called as blood cells. We can also say that some of the cases we can say that blood cells. So blood cells means blood cells also will be maintained in the form of a memory B cells. We can say that these cells will produce a particular antibodies. So how it will produce it? So when antigen comes, this your antibody means antigen comes, your B cells will go and bind it. So they will recognize that this antigen. So what is the type of antigen? Based on this antigen specificity, so your B cell will have a particular markers. They'll bind it and it will go for the proteinases. It will express the particular genes and immunoglobulin genes we have it. So those immunoglobulin genes we have it. These immunoglobulin genes will get activated and it will express. The expression is productive. It will produce this particular type of antibodies. So these antibodies and come and bind that antigen. It will engulf that one. It will go for the phagocytosis. These are the introduction to the immune system. So here you have a T helper cells, T killer cells. So many cells we have it. So I can say that what is that, INF, what is that, interferon factors, gamma factors, so cytokine factors we can say. So here, when antigen bind to your B cells, it will produce different types of immunoglobulins will produce it. So basically we have immunity can also define that production of antibodies in our body. So sometimes your body will produce the antibodies. So we have 5 types of antibodies we have it. IgM, IgA, IgD, IgE, IgG. So IgG is it can cross to the placenta. In our birth itself, before birth, so when you have in mother womb, we are in mother womb, so IgG will transfer from the mother to kid also. This is only immunoglobulin, this is antibody. So here antibody, other name we can call as immunoglobulin, because it's a globulin, it's a protein. Antibody also called as immunoglobulin. So we have 5 types of immunoglobulins we have it. This IgG can transfer through placenta, the primary response. So your immunoglobulins will be produced in your body based on your antigenic responses. Antigenic response, when you have antigen is came into your body, so immunoglobulin will produce it. Those based on your antigen responses, your immunoglobulin will get activated and use the active agonist. This one. IgG-M, that's called IgG is a monomer, IgM is pentamer, Ig is a dimer, IgA is a dimer, IgE-D. So alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, we can say that. These are the names you can alpha. IgA, we have a dimer. IgG, gamma, monomer. IgM, pentamer. IgD is a monomer. Ig is a monomer. So IgE will be raised in our hypersensitivity reactions. So IgG will be primary response. So multiple infections we have IgM will get be released in our body. So IgA we have 2 types we have it, secretory and normal. Secretory immunoglobulin and normal immunoglobulin. So our nasal fluids, all the fluids, when you have infection in your nasal fluid, this will be produced in our IgA. This we will call as immune system. So here this immune system, so we can say that B cells, we can say that here immunity again you get bind to, we have a different type, we can say that. One is antibody mediated was cell mediated immunity. So one is antibodies means IgA, E, D will be mediated immune system. So those antibodies will be immunoglobulins. Antibodies are maybe immunoglobulins, they mediate the immune system. In our body we have it. So you have a proper diet, we have it. So ultimately your body is filled with antibodies, then it will fight against those molecules. The cells means B cells, T cells, alpha cells, beta cells, cytokines, those cells. Those cells will mediate the immune system. That's called as only cells will mediate the immune system. That's called as cell mediated immune system. So only immunoglobulins, these are protein moieties. These are protein moieties that mediate the immune system. That's called as what is that? Immunoglobulin mediated, antibody mediated immune system. You can say that. So this is the immune system. You can say. Suppose when your body is infected, so when a person is infected, 2 types of immune system we have it. You can call as one is passive immunity, other one is active immunity. Passive immunity will be acquired passively, slowly. The passive immunity means you acquire the immunity slowly. Active immunity means by getting the directly by vaccines we will get it. By vaccines we will get the immune system. That's called as active immunity. Actually faster we can get it. Within a fraction of time we can get it. So when you have the immune system, sometimes you have those immune system will be get responded to hypersensitivity. It will use to the more amount of immune molecules will be produced. So that leads to the hypersensitivity. Means you are sensitized toward the particular molecule. So this will sensitize to your molecules. That's called as immunopathology. So your body is immunized. Means you have a particular antibodies. We have a particular anti-cell mediated immunity. We have it. So one is antibody mediated immunity, cell mediated immunity. We have it. This body we have it. But again, when you have a pathogen entering this sort of one, sometimes again to second time you come into this one, your immune memory we have it. They'll go and bind it and kill that one. In other cases, we have a hypersensitive reaction we can occur. That's called as immunopathology. What is that? Illness or response can be called as generally hypersensitive, known as So when you have overactive molecules, means what you say that already you have immune system, you have this immune system will be more and more. So we need to have the normal condition. We need to have the normal range, optimal range. We need to have the immune system. So we have a production of IgE is more produced. That's called as hypersensitivity. So you have a more amount of eosinophils has been found. That's called hypersensitivity. So this is called as hypersensitivity reaction will occurs. So in this case, we can go for the treatment with this autoimmune disorder. It will be also called as treatment with immunosuppressant diseases. You can go with immunosuppressions. Okay, clear. So here I am going to say about the immunopathology. Immunopathology means you are going to discuss the related to the pathology with immunology. So pathology means disease condition. So immunity will affect on your body. It will disturb your body. It will cause a disease to your body. It is called as immunopathology. Due to rise of immune system, that's called as immunopathology. That's called as hypersensitivity. Hyper means more active immune system will lead to the hypersensitivity. We have these hypersensitivity reactions of 4 types. We have it. One is type 1. This is called as immediate hypersensitivity. You can say that. And then type 2, cytotoxic antibody dependent hypersensitivity. Then type 3, immunocomplex hypersensitivity, immunocomplex diseases. Then type 4 we can call that delayed type of hypersensitivity. So first we will go to see that type 1 hypersensitivity is called as immediate hypersensitivity. So when you take any molecule, we'll get the fast response, we'll get the fast release. Our body will respond it. Best example, blood transfusion. So we have blood B positive people, B positive blood you have transferred to the suppose the patient with B positive blood group, you are given the A positive blood group, So what will happen? It will form the clumping. It will form the blood group coagulated. This type of reaction is called immediate type of hypersensitivity. Means here, this cell we have it. We have an immune cells, means I said neutrophils, macrophages, eosinophils, WBC, RBC, we have it, cell mediated immunity we have it. So this is the one type of cell. You are given A type of cells, means A positive. These are B positive people. These are A positive people. Your blood you are given. So ultimately, these two are antagonists to each other. They will give the hypersensitivity, a fast reaction to give it. So ultimately, blood will clot down because of the reaction between the antigen and antibody. So here, in this case, we can say that the antigen is nothing but a foreign molecule here. So we can say that antigen is nothing but a foreign molecule. So to this antigen we need to have the same antibody should we have that. Otherwise, it will be opposite antibody will have it to form the reaction. So this is called as here, these type of 4 types of antigen antibody reaction we can occur that one. So we have different types of immunopathology will occur. So first one is 4 types. You can say that hypersensitivity 4 types. Type 1, immediate. Then type 4 is delayed. So we need to discuss about the type. Delayed means the hypersensitivity reaction will come slowly. The drug hypersensitivity will say that. So some of the people we can say that within a fraction of seconds, within 24 hours, within 1 hour. It's called as immediate. Within 1 hour, within 1 hour, it will call as immediate type of hypersensitivity. Suppose it will be reaction will give, your body will react at. Suppose when you take the drug molecule, best example, some of the people they have an antibody hypersensitivity. Some of the people they take the ampicillin. Suppose they take the ampicillin drug molecule. If within a fraction of seconds, the people will get the rashes and body inflammation. They'll see this one, like psoriasis, skin psoriasis. So see this one. So when you have the patches will come on body. So autoimmune disorders are different here. So we can get that one when you have the more amount of the immunoglobulins in our body. Otherwise, we have more immunity, hyperactive immunity. We have it. So ultimately, we will get the hypersensitive reactions. This is about the introduction to your immunity in our body. Simply, we can say that it's a defense mechanism present in our body that will controls our entry of the new foreign molecules. Though they'll act on our cellular system, they'll control our cellular system. So here we have all the cells in our body, we have the particular immune system. They'll show that but especially blood cells, they'll show that basophils, eosinophils, neutrophils, lymphocytes, T cells, T helper cells. So these are the cells we can involve in our immune system. They finally they product our body molecules. Thank you.